Hi students, myself Maheshwari from CSC department. I belongs to MVR College of Engineering and Technology. I deal the subject mobile computing for 4th BTech first semester. Today I would like to explain the basic architecture of mobile stations. In our mobile station, what we use the basic elements, those all are learned in this section. See here the basic elements of cellular system. In this it have the elements of cellular system, whatever it will be involved, we getting the basic information what is it have the performance by using of PSTN. So PSTN, which is nothing but public switching telephonic network. Here public switching telephonic network, it involves the switch. Okay, if the switch is enabled, then the data or service or exchange area, so whatever it is, the operation will be performed. If the data is disabled, if the switch is disabled, so the exchange of services are not done. See here the picture in clearly observe. Here there are the number of mobile phones, those that are in telephonic. Here we use the telephonic cellular system. In this telephonic cellular system, it can do the operation of to from and from to data transfer, so exchange. Here the PSTN, which is nothing but public switching telephonic network, it will have to another PSTN and another PSTN. There are two types because here we're using two mobiles, so the each and every mobile, each and every telephone will be used a PSTN. So here we're getting the switch in between by using of exchange service area. The switch will be used to exchange service area. So whatever the data or whatever the information or whatever the communication will be exchanged by using of the switching terminal, so the switch is enabled, then it will be exchanged. If switch is disabled, then exchange will not be happen. Okay, see here there is number of areas by using of telephonic cellular system. So number of areas, these areas will be exchanged by using of priority based on STN, which is nothing but switching telephonic network. So this is the picture of basic elements of cellular system. In this basic element of cellular system, the wireless communication system are based on the composite wireless and wide system as shown in the slide. Okay, here the wireless segmentation of the communication system is known as to show cluster of the 7 hexagonal cells. Here these hexagonal cells are the cluster of the hexagonal services to provide the exchange of data. Okay, each cell is essentially a radio communication center where a mobile subscriber establish a call with the land phone through the switch and public switching telephonic network. So here the public telephone will be used, which is nothing but the telephone is land. So radio communication will be provided by using a public switching telephonic network, and it enables to communicate with anyone at any time. So our telephones also we used to communicate anytime on anyone and from anywhere within the service areas. If the switches are PSTN, which is nothing but public switch telephonic network, are essentially multiple points serving a system intelligence. Okay, this is the architecture of GSM. So GSM, which is nothing but global system for mobile communication. Here the MS is mobile station. Here the will be used, user mode will be used based on BTS. So this is the base station subsystems. In that base station subsystem, it have the base switching center. In this base switching center, having the base interface in this BTS, which is nothing but base transfer station. Those all are involved by using of A interface. Here the A interface, see here in interface A will be connected to GSM. GMS means gate mobile switching center. This is the mobile gate mobile switching. These all are including in network and switching subsystems. So it all are communicate with by using of local of home location register, at the same time visit location register, and those all are EIR, sorry, equipment identity register. Those all are communicate by using of signaling system. Those it is SS7. So the signaling system number 7 will be communicate here. That's why those all are connected with the signaling of SS7. So in this MSC VLR having the BSS. BSS means what? Base station subsystem. In this base station subsystem will give the information to MSVLR, that MSVLR will be in interface of X.25. These are the interface of operating subsystems. Here the operating subsystems will be used by using of operationing and maintenance of control R and register operation and maintenance controller signal here. So those all are communicated by using of ISDN. In this ISDN, it having the information of PSTN. PSTN, which is nothing but what I said in PSTN, packet switching data network, will be used by using of public switched telephonic network. This telephonic network will provide the information where it is used by using of mobile stations. So this is the architecture of GSM. In this GSM architecture, it is designed a combination of three major subsystems. Those are networking switching subsystem, that is NSS, the radio and subsystem called base station subsystem, and operation subsystem. So the networking and switching subsystems include the equipment of functions related to the end-to-end calls, managements of subscribers, and modify and interface with the fixed network PSTN. So PSTN, which is nothing but public switch telephonic network. In particular, the NSS consists of mobile switching center, visitor location register, home location register, and authentication center, and equipment identity register. See this picture having the three modules. Those is NSS, base station, and operational subsystem. In this NS base station having the BTS and BSS and TRAU of interface acting in NSS. In this NSS, it having the location of home location register, authentication, and next one is equipment identity register and visitor, MSC mobile switching center, and visiting location register also here. These are the second module. And third one is base subsystem. In this base subsystem, base station subsystem include the equipment of functions related to the management of connection of radio path. It mainly consists of one base station controller and several base transceiver stations linked by the ABS interface. It is the interface here. See here, the ABS interface will interact with BTS and BS to communicate the GM user mode interface radio. This is the BSS architecture. So in previous I said that the BSS is one module. So here we can clear idea what it do the operation in BSS architecture. In this BSS architecture, it have the station of involving alter interface and ABS interface and BTS and BTS outdoor, indoor. So by using of radio interface, we using mobile station. So that will be communicate MSC by using of A interface. In this A interface, it having the module of NSS, networks subsystems, network switching subsystems. In this network subsystems are public telephonic network, and those all are operation and maintenance network interface by involving whatever the operations, whatever the communication is provided by using of radio interface, that all are transmit by in this BSS architecture to interface the act of public telephonic network. In this BSS architecture, the base station subsystem is set of equipment. It have the areas, transceivers and controllers that is viewed by the mobile switching center through a signal of a interface as being the entity responsible for the communication with mobile telephonic. So whatever the equipment is a set of in subsystems, those all are viewed by mobile switching center of interface of A. So it being the responsibility of mobile communication with mobile telephonic certain area. So in this it is having the radio equipment. In this radio equipment, it is composed of one or more cells such as BSS may contain one or more, and base transceiver stations have contain one or more. Okay, the interface between BSC and BTS are called abyss interface. In this abyss interface, it have include two types of equipments. Those equipments are BTS functionalities, and it includes through TRUA. So that TRUA we can discuss it in next sections. That is which is nothing but telephonic radio authentication union. In this mobile station basic BSC is the later communicate with contact of mobile switching center, and it contains one base station controller, that is BSC. So, okay, this is the BTS general architecture and functions. In previous we learned BSS, and this is the BTS architecture. So in this BTS architecture, it have the transmission of compiling systems and reception compiler by using of duplexer of antennas. Okay, and the second module having transceiver receiver. In this transceiver receiver, it getting the information of encodes, encrypts, modulates, feeds and RF signals, radio frequency signals to the antenna, and decrypts and equalize the signals. Then D module, mobile call detection, uplink channels, and time advance frequency hopping. All these are in transceiver receiver. And BCF which is nothing but base common functions. In this BCF, they have multiplexer, speech and user data channels to BSC, multiplexer signaling channels to BSC, and these BSF and BSC communicate by using of abyss interface, and these all are implemented by using of coupling systems. These coupling systems are interface between the antennas and transceiver receiver of each cell. So this is about the architecture of BTS in general. In this BTS architecture has started, the primary responsibility of BTS is to transmit and receive radio signals for the mobile unit over the air interface of user module. And to perform this function completely, the signals are encoded, encrypted, multiplexed, modulated, and then feed to the antenna systems at the cell site. In order to keep the mobile synchronization, the BTS transmits frequency and time synchronization signal over a devoted channel called as a frequency correction channel. In this BTS general architecture and functions are, the functions performed by BTS are encoded, encrypted, multiplex, modulates and feeds the radio frequency signals to the antenna. So these are the functions. And time and frequency synchronization signals transmit from BTS. Voice communication through a full rate of half rate enables speech channels. The receiver signal from mobile stations is equalized, decoded and decrypted before demodulation. Timing advanced computation. In this timing advanced computation, having the uplink radio channels and measurements, mobile random access detection, frequency hopping management. These are the functions and architectures of BSC. And the BSC general architectures and functions are like here. And this BSC, it has the processing unit, switching matrix, and PCM controllers. In this processing unit, it can process the resources, radio resource management for the BTS, intercell handover, allocation of channels for the communication, reallocation of frequencies among BTS, time and frequency synchronization to BTS, control frequency hopping. So these all are processing in BSc. In this processing unit, you have to control by using of X dot 25 for doing operation and maintenance. So in this processing unit, it switch the matrix. If it is enabled, then it will be moved to the BTS, and if it is having the any interrupt and any problem, it will be moved to the network subsystems by using of interfaces. See here, if the switch is enabled, it will be moved to the PCM controller to BTS by using of interface of ABS interface, and if it is the processing is disabled, then it will move to A interface using to network subsystems. In this BCS architecture mainly involves the process unit, switching matrix and trunk control points, those are PCM and X25. Note through the processing unit and controller, the basic downloads new software release from the operation and maintenance center. All the data and interested to the operation and maintenance is buffered and followed to the operation and maintenance centers. When being asked or transmit periodically, the base station controller is connected to the mobile switching center and one side and the BTS on the other side. This is the transcoder rate of authentication architecture of functions. In this, it converts the 13 kbs GSM speech frame either into 16 kbs T1 PCM formula or into the E1 PCM ELA. So see here, in this transcoder controller having the transcode and external PCM of interface will be here. So this transcoder controller will do routes the user data stream and sustain interworking functions. Okay, and here the basic switching center will do the operation of trunk T1 up to 92 users and control channels, and E1 trunk up to 128 users channels. Here it have ATER interface, and it interface will be communicate of BSC and external PCM interface, and this external PCM interface having to connect A interface by using our mobile switching center. It have the interface of A will do the A1 trunk equal to up to 24 user channels, E1 trunk equal to up to 31 user channels. In this transcoder and rate adapter unit at the mobile switching center location, it depends on the relative cost of transmission plan. There is some benefit of having the transcoder, and this transcoder rate adapter unit is still considered to functional as a part of basic station subsystems, and this device is that takes 13 kbs speech or data multiplex and two of them to convert the standard of 64 kbs data within the BTS. The 13 kbs speech are bought of the level of 16 kbs by interesting additional synchronization data to make up the difference between 13 kbps speech or lower data rate. And it converts 13 kbps speech into 16 kbps T1 EULA or even ELA of PCM time slots. Furthermore, it have the routes the user data stream to suitable device that interwork and the reception modem. It is the word nothing that 4 traffic channels are multiplexed or 64 kbps PCM circuit at the alter interface. One T1 truck carries up to 92 traffic and control channels. One E1 truck carries up to 120 traffic and control channels are there. These are the functionalities of functional of this through architecture. And NSS architecture, NSS, which is nothing but network subsystems, switching subsystems. Okay, here there is a picture. See here, there is a site 1 and site 2. Here the site 1 having the VLR, which is nothing but visitor location register. That visitor location register having the interface to communicate of MSC, and this MSC will be interface to communicate base station subsystems of a interface, and this VLR will be communicate to using of the interface of VLR in having the HLR within nothing but home location register. Okay, the sites will be communicate to one another. So here the MSC having the switch having the IWF welding service. So those are communicate with equipment identity register and SMS by using of ENDF to communicate to one to other sites by using of interface of gateway mobile switching center. In this mobile switching center, it has the authentication also. In this authentication, it will be communicate by using of other GSM and PSTM and ISDN. So all are involved to communicate the NSS architecture. In this NSS architecture, the distributed architecture of network and switching subsystem is organized within the mobile switching centers, servers and database linked by the interface normalized to B2G. Here we saw the picture in NSS. So it have the interfaces of B and G also. There are two types of MSCs to provide the switching services to define part of PLMN. So those PLMN, which is nothing but public LAN mobile network. So in this MSC used to establish traffic channels and to switch signaling messages between public LAN mobile network entities and other GSM networks or fixed networks. Here we used gateway of MSC. GMS is specialized MSC manage the central database HLR containing permanent and dynamic subscriber data. This is the home location register. In this home location register, the subscriber management center will manage the permanent records and temporary records. In permanent records as mission MSI subscriber services provision, and temporary records are VLR visitor location register address and ciphering items. Those are in cases keys, series and RANs all are in home location register. Here this is the home location register. In this home location register, a database is hold the information up to the subscribers. It perform the following functions. So those functions are handling and permanent subscriber data and handling of temporary subscribers data. So handling of permanent subscriber data having to identification of IMSI number and mission, and of MSIST and MSISTN. So here, and subscription information related services options. Those are teleservices, bearer services and supplementary services. The services limitations are example roaming limitations. Okay, and handling of temporary subscriber are current VLR address, so which is nothing but visitor location register address where the subscriber roams provide VLR with 5 ciphering items. So this is the authentication center architecture. In this authentication center architecture, it having the key interface and RAND. So in this key interface, it having the security by using of algorithms A3 and A8. In these algorithms are based on the home location register request, which is in IMSI number, and it have to RAN and security will be used to cipher triples and keys RAN series all are in authentication providence. The authentication center is the database and contain the secret authentication key, that is KI, of each subscriber and generates security related parameters to protect the network operator and subscribe against fraud. The same KI is used to found the subscriber SIM card and is used to generate these ciphering items named trips. So those are random and number, that is at RAND and a signature of response series using A3 algorithm. A ciphering of KC ciphering KC is used for A8 algorithm and computed each time authentication is performed. The software keys are KC and series are never passed over the interface. There are the two algorithms A3 and A8. Okay, in A3 elements is used to a signature of response and A8 will be used to ciphering key. Okay, are operating depend. For security reason, authentication have often an international interface with the home location register. However, this is the chance of implementation. It is up to home location registers to start the security algorithm location in authentication. So this is the visitor location register. In this visitor location register having the two types of records maintained, that is permanent records and temporary records. In these permanent records it having IMSI and subscribe server provision, and temporary records it having ciphering systems. Those are in KC and series randomly and LAI and TMISI. So those all are the, and it having the LA1 and LA2, LA3 and LA4. Those are in visitor location. So see here, a mobile station enters to LA loads. It signals, it arrives the mobile switching center that stores the identity in visitor location register. The information of necessary to manage the mobile station is contained the home location register, and it is transmitted to VLR, which is nothing but visitor location register, so that it can easily retrieved if so required. The location registration procedure allows the subscribe data to follow the movements of mobile station. For each reason, the data contained the visitor location register and in the home location register are more or less the same. Nevertheless, the data are present in the visitor location register only as long as the mobile station is registered in this area related to the visitor location register. So this is about the visitor location register. The architecture is like this. And next one is equipment identity register. In this equipment identity register, it having the mobile equipment. By based on mobile equipment, it having the number which is IMEI code. So in this mobile equipment in this mobile having the equipment identity register, it having two blacklist, that is bare ME, and white list, that is valid ME, and gray list is false ME. So those are the modules having the equipment identity registers. In this equipment identity register, the equipment identity register is database that performs two screening function within the network. It keeps track of all valid and invalid mobile equipment and by stronger there. The international mobile equipment identities, that is IMEI, the international mobile equipment identities. So data of equipment identity register are provided. It have to monitorize of mobile equipment, which provides the complete list of IMEI for the mobile station that have produced. Other network operators which provides list of manufacturing mobile equipment. Police organization which provides the list of stolen mobile equipment. So we have our mobile, if we purchase the mobile, we have the authentication number which is nothing but IMEI. So if our mobile is be thefted by someone, then the police will organize it to collect the piece of mobile by using of mobile equipment. In this mobile equipment, it mostly used in, that is, international mobile equipment identities, that is IMEI. This is interworking function. In this interworking function, see this picture, the name itself interworking. So it having the mobile switching center, it have the base station and PSTN. In this base station, it will be used to mobile station. In base station subsystems will be used in mobile station. That mobile station having the data transmit signals by using of data transmit. Here the mobile switching center of public STN, so those all are interlinked to work on this public station telephonic network having the modem or land data transfer. Those all are in rate adaptation DD signals and modems and IWF. Those all are in the modules of interconnection or interworking functions. Here the base station subsystems and public station telephonic network are completely interworking with the function of mobile switching center. This interworking function, because of GSM provided the wide range of data services to its subscriber in a GSM interface with the various public and private data networks currently available. It is the aim of interworking function, that is IWF. Okay, it is to provide the interfacing capability network to which IWF presently in PSTN, ISDN and circuit switching public data networks and packet switching public data networks. So circuit switching public data network is CSPDN and packet switching network public data network is PSPDN. Okay, it provides the subscriber with access the data rate and control conversation of facilities so that data can be transmitted between GSM data terminal equipment and a landline of terminal equipment to received. So this is the class about the whatever the architectures are used in mobile station. So we saw here BSS architecture, BTS architecture and EI architecture and home location register architecture and mobile location architecture and terminal architecture. So those are architecture we learn and operational maintenance what it will be used to here and gateway of mobile switching center architecture also we learn here. So all these architectures are involved what it will be do in mobile stations. So they cooperate, how it will be cooperate to transmit the communication to a reliability in this GPS architectures by using of mobile stations. Okay, thank you class, I hope all of you understand.